Hi, team, and welcome to today's call. So, today we're going to be talking about why you don't need a perfect week to stay on track. I know that often we feel that we need things to be perfect, we need everything to align if we want to make progress, we need every single day to be perfect if we want to stay on track or if we want to see the progress we want to see with our fitness journey. But I want to challenge that mindset and I want you to shift that mindset, shift those thoughts, and realize that there's not really gonna be a perfect week. We're never gonna have a perfect day or perfect week or even a perfect month, and that's okay. The whole thing that we wanna do or that we're trying to do, it's making fitness part of our lifestyle. And the best way that we can do that is by navigating all those imperfect weeks, all those events, all those challenges that life throws at us. Because every week, every day, it's always gonna be different. We cannot predict what's gonna happen. We're gonna have good days, we're gonna have bad days, we're gonna have amazing weeks, not so amazing weeks, and it's just gonna keep changing every single time. So, how can we do that? I'm gonna give you guys 6 tips to help you change things around, shift that mindset, and help you be more on track and consistent rather than being perfect. Life gets crazy, right? We never know what's going to happen. Literally, every single day can be so different. And sometimes those events, whether it's with family, work, relationships, life in general, anything, sometimes those unexpected events, they can throw you off track so much. But only if you let them. If you're not in the right mindset and you're too obsessed or too focused with that all or nothing mindset, it's going to be much easier for this to happen. But if we shift that mindset and we start being more flexible with our journey, with the things that we're doing, then it's going to be much easier. Or we're going to ensure that those events or whatever challenge comes our way, it's not going to throw us off from staying on track with our fitness. As always, we want to focus on consistency, not perfection. Perfection is never the goal, never. We never aim for perfection because we just can't. We're not trying to be perfect and we can't be perfect, but we can try to be consistent with our journey, with our training, with our nutrition, with everything that we're doing. But the main thing with our mindset, our thoughts, and how we see things and how we react to everyday challenges that life throws at us. So let's get started with number one. The first thing I want you to do is to shift your mindset from progress over perfection. Again, we don't want that all or nothing mindset. We don't want to be doing everything 100% for a very short period of time and then giving up or quitting because it's too hard, it's too much, or life is getting too challenging and you're just feeling overwhelmed. We don't want that. We've done that before. We know it doesn't work. We know it only works for a little bit, but we don't want short time. We want something that's long term. So that all or nothing mindset, we're gonna put it away to one side. I know it's hard. It's not that easy, but the more we try, the easier it's gonna get. We just want to keep trying our best every single day. Even if your best means only giving 20% of your energy to your fitness today. Maybe tomorrow you can give 30%, the next day 40, 50, until you get to 80%. It will never be 100, and that's okay. We just want to keep trying. Those small daily actions that you're taking on a daily basis, they do count. The little things that sometimes may seem very insignificant, they make a huge difference long term because those small daily actions, if you put them all together, if you add them all up, they will help you see the results that you want. And those small daily actions are the things that help you make this part of your lifestyle. Things like waking up early to go to the gym, for example. Things like prepping your meals the night before. Something so simple, but it makes a huge difference. Things like sticking to your schedule, okay, simple, but makes a huge difference. Something as simple as drinking more water. You might not see the difference or feel the difference now. Long term, you will feel it. Those little things, they all add up and make that difference. Something I want you to ask yourself is what's the minimum, okay, the minimum that I can do today to stay on track? Something as simple as getting your things ready for tomorrow, whether you're going to the gym first thing in the morning or if you're going after work, getting your things ready tonight. So your clothes, the things if you shower at the gym, everything ready tonight, it's gonna help you and it's gonna make it easier for you. So tomorrow, you just grab your stuff, you get up, and then you go. Maybe something simple that you can do tonight to help you stay on track. It's prep your breakfast for tomorrow. So tomorrow, if you're in a rush, you don't have to worry about prepping your breakfast. It's already done. You just take it out of the fridge, you eat it, and then you don't have to worry about it. You're gonna feel your body, feel great, feel amazing tomorrow, and you're not gonna make choices that don't align with your goals. So think about that. What's the minimum that I can do tonight, not tomorrow, tonight, to help me stay on track for tomorrow? Okay. Second thing I want you to try, or I want you to do, I want you to prioritize your non negotiables. And you have to be very clear about this. Identify two, maximum three, no more than three, maximum three habits that are going to move you closer to your goals. And write everything down. What's something that you feel right now it's lacking? What's something that you feel that right now not, it has to be done? What's something that you think is going to close you? It's going to close you. It's going to help you move you closer to that goal. For example, your daily non-negotiables can be something like going for a walk every day, 20 minutes a day, training first thing in the morning, making my breakfast at home and making sure I don't spend money outside and, just buy whatever, McDonald's, whatever, takeaway outside. That can be your three non-negotiables. Whatever non-negotiables you write, make sure it's something realistic, and most importantly, make sure you make them happen. Because there's no point of us just writing things down and then tomorrow, you know what, I'll just get it done tomorrow. We don't want that. If those three are gonna be your non-negotiables, commit to that. Commit to them every single day. Because if you don't make them happen, then you won't build that trust in yourself. You won't build that confidence in yourself. And it's gonna be much easier for you to keep making promises to yourself and then not making anything happen. We don't want that. We don't want that life anymore. We want to be that person that takes action. If you say you're going to do something, we make it happen. So I want you guys to do this. Write down two to three max non-negotiables that are realistic and that you actually can commit to and make them happen every single day, no matter what. Something nice, something simple, nothing crazy. Okay, next thing, plan and prep in advance. I know I tell you guys this all the time, and you probably hear about this everywhere as well, but planning and prepping in advance makes a huge difference, especially for those weeks or those days that are crazy busy, that unexpected things happen, that something, a challenge comes up, and then you're not able to prep your meals anymore, you're not able to go to the gym, and you have to change things around. Those days will happen. Again, life is hectic, it's always changing. But scheduling and meal prepping will make a difference. Having that structure in your day to day, it's gonna make a huge difference. So with a meal prep, something I will suggest if you're not doing this already, make it easy, make it simple. Personally, I find it easier to eat the same thing every single day. It just works better for me. As you guys know, I don't like cooking. So the easier it is for me to make things, the easier it's going to be for me to stick to something. If you're the type of person that's always getting bored and you're not able to eat the same thing every single day, but at the same time you're struggling to stay on track, then maybe changing meals every day might not work. At least stick with the same thing for 2 days a week, 3 days a week max. That way it's easier for you to prep for 3 days. Prep your meats, your steak, protein, that thing that it takes longer to prep. Have your carbs ready to go. Something simple like rice, tortillas, anything that's nice and simple. And every 3 days, if you want to change, change. If not, stick to the same. But keep it boring. I know often we want something that's yummy and fancy and all of this. Nothing wrong if you have the time, but if you don't and you're struggling, keep it simple, keep it boring for now until you have the time to spend more time cooking, doing all those things in the future. But for now, the easier you do it, the easier it's gonna be for you to stick to that, right? With your workouts, schedule your workouts. Just like you schedule any appointment that you have for your makeup, your hair, your laser, your Botox, all the any appointments that you have. Doctor's appointment, same thing. Schedule your workouts. If it's not on the calendar, it's not gonna get done, and you know that. If you're only deciding on the day whether you feel like training or not, most likely you won't feel like training and you're just gonna keep pushing it for tomorrow. And then tomorrow never happens. So schedule those days, schedule the same times, the same days every single week, And that's what's going to help you have that structure. The more structure you have, the better routine you have, the easier it's going to be for you to stick to what you have. And also with the scheduling, it's just easier if something comes up. Let's say you schedule your workout for tomorrow 1 p.m., for example, and then something came up and you're not able to make that 1 p.m. appointment for the gym, you can move it around because you have your calendar. So you can schedule it for the next day, or maybe for a little bit later, or maybe for a little bit earlier. I don't know, but you can make it work and you can manage it a little bit better. Why? Because you already have everything planned and your schedule. Something that will really help you is just to take 10 minutes once a week. It's not really too much time if you think about it. 10 minutes once a week on the weekend, maybe Sunday morning, Sunday night, whatever works better for you, just to plan your week. I personally find it easier when you have the same events recurring every single week, unless, of course, it's something new. But if you have the same thing every single week, easier to stick to that. Anything new, you can add it, you can move things around, and it's just easier to be in that routine. But take that time once a week, 10 minutes a week max. Schedule everything, double check everything's right so you know what to expect the next day. If something comes up, remember it's easier to move things around and adjust and be more flexible with everything that's going on. Next thing, be flexible. We want to be flexible and we want to be able to adapt to anything that happens. Any event, any challenge, maybe you need to travel, you're going to be away for 4 weeks, 3 weeks, you won't be able to stick 100%. That's fine. We want to be flexible. We want to be able to adapt to whatever is going on. And also, we want to be able to adapt and be flexible without feeling guilty. Feeling guilty, it's not going to help you go anywhere. Feeling guilty is only going to keep you stuck. Anytime we feel guilty, we tell ourselves that we're not making progress. But in reality, we are. Even if the progress is much slower, you're still making progress. But if you feel guilty, you tell yourself, I'm not making progress. I'm a failure. This is not working. I'm just wasting time. I might as well just quit or stop and get back on track when I come back, or get back on track when things get better. You're pretty much like pausing your fitness. Pausing your fitness, it doesn't work. You cannot put a hold or a pause to your fitness journey. It just doesn't work like that. We're talking about your health. This is not just about going to the gym, looking pretty, feeling pretty. It's more about your health, how you feel, your energy levels, how you're looking, how you're seeing yourself in the mirror. So we want to be okay and we want to accept that there are going to be times that we will have to be flexible. We will have to move things around, and that's okay. Remember, consistency, not perfection. So let's try to not feel guilty. And with this, yes, it will take time, especially if you're someone who right now it's constantly feeling guilty when you eat something off track, or when you do something that's off track. It's normal. You've been feeling this way for a very long time. You've been doing this for a very long time. So it's gonna take time to unlearn this mindset. And that's okay. But you just have to do something about it. If you're not able to stick to your meal prep, if you're not able to take your meals with you, if you don't have the best choices in front of you, just make the best choice that you can with what you have. If you're traveling, for example, or if you're going to wait on the weekend and you're going to be eating out every single day, that's fine. It's just one weekend, it's just 3 days. This is not going to take you back to square one, I promise. I know that sometimes it feels like that at that moment, especially when you have been consistent for so long or for a few weeks. Then a weekend away, you're like, oh my gosh, this is gonna throw me off track. I want to go back to square one. I want to ruin all my progress. And your mindset, it starts telling you all those things, all those negative thoughts. But it's not like that. It's just one weekend. If you zoom out, one weekend, it's nothing. We have 52 weeks a year. We have 365 days every single year, which means plenty of time to make progress. Workouts, if you're not able to work out to go to the gym, we can modify them either by training at home, if that's an option, maybe just taking a rest. That's also an option, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Or maybe changing your workouts with gym training to going for walks, going for runs, whatever works depending on the situation. But we can always make it work. We can always modify them. And then when things get better, or when you come back from your trip, get back on track. That simple. We just want to aim to do better, not perfect. And anytime you're in that situation, that maybe you don't have the best meal choices available, you're not able to train, you're not able to stay on track the way that you want to stay on track, simply ask yourself, okay, right now, or my lunch was not the best, or today was not the best, but what's the next best choice that I can make to help me get closer to my goals? Because if what you did or what happened was not ideal, it happens, that's okay. We're humans, like we don't have to be perfect, but we can always take control of the next best choice. So if what happened maybe didn't align with my goals too much, okay, reflect on that, why that thing didn't go too well, and what can I do now or next to help me get closer to that goal. Number 5, manage your stress and sleep. If we're not managing this, if we're not sleeping enough, if we're not getting good quality sleep, poor stress and poor sleep, it's gonna lead to bad choices with your nutrition. When your cortisol levels, so your stress levels are high, when you're sleep deprived, when you're tired, your cravings are going to be much higher. It's going to be much easier for you to crave something that is high in sugar, highly processed. You're going to make choices that don't align with your goals. Then you're going to feel guilty. And then you're going to be trapped in this cycle of not making good choices, guilty, resetting, back to square one. And it's going to be going around and around and around. But something as simple as trying to manage your stress and trying to get better quality sleep, it does make a difference. And you can also make this one of your non-negotiables. Something that can help you if right now you're struggling with going to sleep a little bit earlier, you can try journaling. I know this is not for everyone, but if you haven't tried this yet, try it. I personally think it makes a huge difference. And I know some of you guys are doing that right now. Sit down, get your pen and paper, get a book, anything that you can write. Not your phone. Ideally, you want to be writing with a pen. Write down everything, how you feeling. If there's something in your mind that's keeping you awake, write it down. If you can put it down into a paper, you're gonna feel much better because you're gonna have this relief, that is stress off your shoulders because you're literally writing it down and you're taking that stress from you. You can play something like Sudoku. Some of you guys are not doing that. Sudoku, it's a mental game. It will make you tired. It will make you fall asleep a little bit faster. Maybe you can go for a short walk if that's an option. Anything. Just anything to relax you a little bit more, to keep your mind off that stress, off that situation, whatever is going on in your life at that moment, so you can have a better sleep quality, sleep better, less stress, better choices with your nutrition, and you're gonna take the actions that align with your goals. Pick one thing that helps you. Maybe it's something from this list, maybe it's something else. You know yourself better than me. Pick something that makes you feel good, do it, implement it, and try to get your sleep 7 to 9 hours a night, every single night. So you can perform better the next day for your gym training, and also so you can feel better and more energized. And last but not least, give yourself some grace. Keep going. Just because you had a bad day, or maybe if you're having a bad week, it doesn't mean that you're failing. I know it feels like that at that moment. Again, especially if you have been consistent for the past few weeks, for the past few months, having one bad day, one bad week, it doesn't mean you have failed. Zoom out, remember. It's just one day. One day, 365 days of the year. Not really too much, right? 1 week, 52 weeks of the year. This is more than this. So one day or one bad week, it doesn't mean that you have failed. If you have one bad workout, it doesn't mean that you have erased all the progress that you have made. If you skip the workout, you gym for a whole week because something happened, it's okay, it happens. Be flexible, adapt, don't feel guilty. You're not erasing your progress just by stopping for a week or even a few weeks. You're just dealing with whatever situation is going on at that time. The best thing that you can do is stop feeling guilty about the things that happened, about the choices that you made that maybe didn't align with your goals, and just get back on track the next day or get back on track with the next meal. Just get back on track as soon as you can. Because the last thing that we want to do is get into that cycle of feeling guilty, then stopping, pausing, quitting, and then getting back on track to square one. If you stay in this cycle, you will never achieve your goals. You're just simply gonna keep going around and around and around the cycle, around the circle, and nothing's gonna change. We don't want that. We want to break that cycle. We want to step away from the cycle and just pick up from where we left, make the best next choice, the best then the next day or whenever you're ready, and just get back on track. That's the only way that will help you stay consistent and reach that goal eventually. Remember, shift that mindset. One bad day, one bad week doesn't define your progress. Your progress is not just made in a week or a day or just a few months. Your progress is literally everything. Even those not so good days, even those bad days, they are still part of your progress because they teach you a lesson and they push you to work a little bit harder. So everything, it's part of our progress, and that's okay. So staying on track when life gets busy, when life gets hectic, when life throws challenges at you and you feel like it's too much. I'm not able to cope with this. I'm not able to overcome this. I'm not able to get back on track with my fitness. Take a deep breath and remember, small steps will help you get back on track. Consistent actions will help you get back on track, even if it's something simple. And most importantly, flexibility. We want to be able to adapt. We want to be able to change things around without feeling guilty, and we want to be able to just move on. What happened is done, but move on, because the best thing that you can do is just focus on that present moment, nothing else. Forget about the past, reflect, learn your lesson, see what you can do better next time, focus on the present moment, and don't worry too much about the tomorrow. Don't worry too much about the future. Yes, we want to plan in advance, but we don't want to be overthinking or worrying too much about everything else. And you guys can do it. So, just a quick recap: the 6 things I want you guys to do apply to help you shift that mindset so that we don't focus on perfection, but we focus on consistency. Is to forget about the all or nothing mindset, focus on progress over perfection, pick 2 or 3 max daily non-negotiables that are going to take you closer to your goals, write them down, commit to them, and actually make them happen every single day. Plan and prep in advance, schedule your workouts just like you will schedule any appointment that you have. Meal prep in advance. It doesn't have to be for the whole week. Even if it's just for the next day, for 2 days, that's more than enough. Make it boring, make it simple. That way you can actually stick to that and make it happen. Number 4, be flexible and adapt. We don't want to be guilty. We just want to adapt, change things around because we want to be better, not perfect. Number 5, manage your stress and your sleep. This is going to make a huge difference in your day to day and also in your routine and the structure that we're creating. And number 6, give yourself some grace. A bad day, a bad week, a bad month or months doesn't define you or your progress. You can do it. You can make it happen. We just have to implement the little things that I just told you guys in your day to day to help you make this a lifestyle and ensure that it doesn't feel like, an all or nothing approach. Now, I want you guys to go to the Telegram group and comment on the group which of these steps you're going to be doing today to help you be more flexible and make this part of your lifestyle.